Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Tammy Bowser, and I am the creator of Rodexly. So the first thing I want to do is a little icebreaker. Does everybody have a phone? Okay, perfect. Then you're my customer. So basically, no, Rodexly is a networking platform, and I know when you say networking platform, you say, yeah, we have a ton of those. But this is a different way for you to network. This is network through your personal connections. So how valuable are your skills? I think everyone in the room has a skill that we don't know about. I saw a lot of interaction with everyone in the room, a lot of things people were saying, what they do professionally, what they do on the side. Well, this app is going to allow you to access that network, and it becomes searchable. So here's an example. That's me. I don't have a juice bar. But it's a great example of if you're sitting in the room right now and you say, hey, I want to create a juice bar, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know a nutritionist. I don't know an accountant, but maybe you do. In today's world, it's very manual how you would have to figure out who could connect you. So in the example above, it's me wanting to create a juice bar. I have a coworker that works with me at work. He's also an architect on the side. I have a friend. She's also an interior designer. I don't know these things. I have a neighbor that's right down the street from me. He's a web designer. And my yoga instructor is also an accountant. Who knew? My college friend, a lawyer. My dog walker, a nutritionist. All these people could help me open that juice bar, and I would have never known that. So here is an example of what the app can do for you. Everyone in the room is allowed to create their own profile. You would go into the app, simply create a profile, then you would put in the things that you do. For example, I use myself. I have a background in accounting, but I also do marketing and branding. And then once you do that, then it brings up connections that are other people that are in your network. For example, my friend Keith, he's also a photographer. My friend Amira, she's an event producer. All these people, once they go into the app, you start to see what they do that could help you. If I need an event produced, then Amira would come up into the app. So just to kind of put the process out there and show you exactly, it's very basic. You go into the app and you search, for example, web designer. Rodexly looks at people you already know first, because everyone in the room may know someone who does this or has the ability to produce a website, but you don't know because you don't have access to seeing behind the scenes. Then it connects you to that person and they become your customer. So it's like accessing your network to bring a new customer to you. Our target audience. So I just labeled this out and broke it down into two segments. People with hard skills, people with soft skills. When I say people with hard skills, these are people who produce a product, a fashion designer, a baker, a jewelry maker. All these people these are people who would actually physically give you something. The next people are people with soft skills. These are people in your network that are web designers, accountants, app developers, and even marketing. Next, our key competitor. We have one competitor that we're looking at who is Sharper. I'm not sure if you've heard of them. They're kind of a swipe left type of app. And it does connect you with people, but they're usually strangers, people that you wouldn't know, people who haven't been referred to you by your friends. So we see that as a competitor, but not as a direct competitor. And then, of course, is this just another LinkedIn? LinkedIn is really a networking platform for professionals. For me, my professional job is in LinkedIn, yes, but what I do on the side, I wouldn't want my employer to necessarily see. So this is a way to take that off into another app and to allow you to access and monetize it. How we differentiate ourselves. Our connections are familiar, referral-based. Your friends are showing you connections. We allow you to tap into your network first. This is where the base of the connections will be. People that you know, they can help you with a ton of things you would never know. And we also have the ability to turn this app on and off. If you're in the room and you're not necessarily wanting to show people your marketing skills, or you're not wanting to be tapped on the shoulder, you can turn your availability off. And then radius search. This means when you're looking to do web design or app design, you might want to connect with someone in Frisco. You don't want to connect with someone in New York. You want to physically see that person, so it allows you to search by distance. Monetization, the special thing that we love. Initially, the app will be free. We want to do that to build the customer base, to allow people to access the app and be able to get into the app free. In phase 2, we want to use a subscription-based service. This will be for businesses that want to advertise within the app and then be able to use our service to gather new businesses. For a new company coming in, this would be a great way to access the network. Y'all are so quiet. That is it. Any questions?
That went fast. I was like really getting into it. And you guys are quiet today. Are you going to be quiet during the question and answers too? Somebody, hopefully you won't be. Oh, as Jessica said, we're going to have 14 minutes or so for a Q&A today. I'm going to walk around with this microphone and just hold on to it until your question and answer is complete, so that if something else pops up, you already have it. And please chime in. I spent a lot of time with Tammy, and I'm pretty excited about the service. I understand it a lot more. Thank you so much for taking the feedback. I think your presentation was really thorough, so thanks. Hopefully you all think so as well. So we'll start up here, and we'll head back.
It's my friend.
This is why I sit up in this corner. Yeah, so I get to do the questions first. Actually, I have two.
Okay.
The first and simple one is you had an availability switch. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Does that mean available right this minute or available to take on a project?
It actually means both. You can be available to take on a project, but say, for example, you're in a room like this, you're at a conference, you might not want people coming up to you, tapping you on the shoulder, hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? So you turn your availability off so you're not seen by everyone.
So it's this time?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Second question is that you said that once I met this web designer or whoever through the connection, mm-hmm. that's when I had a new customer. Mm-hmm. I didn't see how that happened.
Okay.
In your presentation.
Sorry about that. So that would happen once you download the app and you are and you can type in the search field. So for example, what I didn't explain is that Rodexly is a play on the road Rolodex. Remember that Rolodex that sat on your desk that you spin around and you're trying to find someone? So this takes that out of the manual world and puts it into a platform that allows your people in your network to become searchable. So that web designer that you are searching for is one click away now. Once you download the app and then you type in web designer, that person pops up and you two can connect and you can have a chat inside of the app. You're like, hey, I see that you did some web development for Tammy. I know her, she knows me. She's basically referred you through the app, and then you can chat with the person via the app. Does that answer your question?
No.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. How do I get business from the web designer that I just found?
How are you getting business? Well, you are the customer to the web designer. That's your friend. Say, for example, him. Yeah, you're giving him business. Now, yeah, but it could go the other way. He could find you in the app, and then you become his customer, so both of you guys could help each other out.
I'll steal the microphone. So how are you currently marketing the app? How do people know about you besides events like this?
So, of course, events like this, we're using these events, and we're also using Facebook and Instagram marketing to share the app out there.
And so how do the potential, when you start marketing for dollars, the companies that want to advertise, how are you going to get them? Do you think it'll just be through social media?
Organically. One good example that I have is my hairdresser, the lady that does my hair. She's my hairdresser, but she also downloaded the app because she has her own business, and then she's looking for other customers. So this allows her to connect with me, and also she can start to advertise in the app at a later date. Right now it is. And if you have any technical questions, we have someone in the room that can help you with that. Well, I'm sorry. Can I stop and introduce Anthony? Anthony is the app developer, so any IT questions, that you want to have asked, he's here, just in case.
Yeah, my question is like, if I register new into your app, I don't have any network. How can I build? Is it based on your Gmail or your email? It pulls out all the related people in my network, like LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Once you can search all your network based on a email.
Right now, we want to make it. LinkedIn, I think, has gotten very large, and you start to disconnect. You may not necessarily have a direct connection with those people now. I think we want to keep this very referral-based, very connected. So you're going to build your network based on the people that you already know. So once you put your information into the app and start searching for other people, it allows you to connect with those people. You hit connect, and then it connects and puts you in the network on the slide that I showed, where you have a list of people. Those were all people that I started connecting with once I downloaded the app.
So I can connect with anyone with a search?
Yes, with the search. If you search web designer, 10 people will pop up, and you connect with who you want to connect with.
How big is your member base right now?
We're in beta test mode, so we have probably about 50 people in there now. So hopefully when all y'all download that, we have 50 more.
Hello, my name's Spencer.
Hi, Spencer.
Forgot my name tag in the front.
That's okay.
First, I wanted to say it's a great idea. I
Thank
think
you.
that there's a really serious market gap there. As someone who started their business as a side hustle,
Yes.
I really wish I would have had this, 8 months ago. So
Yay,
you
I
guys are
love you,
really onto
Spencer.
something. Having said that, I feel like the big linchpin with this is building your user base and getting the data that y'all need to really have that search engine work in
Right.
the long run, right? Because if you have that data, you're going to get eyeballs, and then monetizing it's going to be easy because
Exactly.
as long as you get a lot of people on the platform. How are you guys planning on getting that data, building that user base, and have you considered using third-party data like Facebook or something like that?
Anthony's going to answer that question for you.
So, guys, I was an executive director at AT&T for 6 years, and I've been part of launching over 650 apps, and that's the key to the success of any product, right? It's getting customers, getting customers, getting customers. The thing that we're looking at now is just beta testing the full platform, making sure things work, but we will leverage LinkedIn. Plans are we're working right now on the ability that you can invite your friends directly from Facebook. And when you do that, the application will post to that user's feed a link that you can download the application. And that then allows everybody else's Facebook friends to see, and you start creating this viral network. Because whether it's you're looking for someone to help you with planning of your backyard space, or if you're looking for a website designer, all around the board, we're always looking for these types of people. And I think the key thing for me, the thing I fell in love with Tammy about this product, was that you can find those resources on Craigslist today. You can find those resources on 5 Mile. You can get them on Thumbtack. The challenges with those are that they're not connected to other people that you know. And none of us want to send our families out to go do something with somebody you don't trust. And the world we live in today, this is a huge safety factor. Not only the connection piece, but being able to get referred by others that know you, that means a lot. And I think there's a lot of value in that to our user base. But the key is getting that out there. So Facebook, LinkedIn, and sharing that way is what we're going to leverage. Good question.
I guess the objective is to connect a couple of people in order to create a transaction, right?
Exactly.
So how are you measuring success when that happens? How are you incorporating, or are you incorporating any feedback that says, not only did we make a connection 10 months ago, but it finally culminated in a business relationship of some kind?
Yeah, we're going to do that based on telling the story via we do have a website. So we're going to do those. When we have those success stories, we will share those and then show people how this could work for them. So yeah, we have a plan to share those stories. It won't be available in the app just yet, but we will share it via the website.
Good morning, great presentation.
Thank you.
I love the app, or at least the idea of the app,
Yes.
but let's say we're here at a networking event. Okay?
Yes.
I cannot, and this is me, not about the app. I can't figure out how I can add people. How do I do that?
Right. So because the app is new, and we think of it if everyone in here had already downloaded the app, you have to think of it in that way. Since this is new, we don't have that great example for you.
Okay.
But if everyone had downloaded the app, then we would have something like a check-in feature where everyone will have checked in, and you would see everyone in the room and everything that they did. That will be phase 2, though.
Okay,
So
that's,
today-
that's coming, but this is
That's
where it's at right now. Okay.
Yeah, this is where it's at right now. This is getting the word out and connecting by having everyone, download the app will be the way to do it now. But eventually, you'll be able to walk in the room and connect based on everyone checking in.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good question. Anybody else?
Going one.
Oh.
What's the time frame on phase 2?
Well,
I'm just going to, I was just going to repeat the question so that we can capture it in the audio. So just the time phase for your, time frame for your phase 2, Tammy.
phase 2, we're looking at probably maybe 6 months. It took us about 6 months to do this app from start to finish, which wasn't bad. So with phase 2, we think that we can probably do that in about 6 months. I think that's a big piece that was missing. No, we're bootstrapping.
I'm in front of the camera, sorry.
The other thing I would add to that, guys, is that, I spent a lot of my time here at Intech as a resident mentor, and I've worked with a lot of students and entrepreneurs on coaching and guiding them on app dev. One of the early things that I instructed or coached Tammy on was really get the MVP to market. Because once you launch, guaranteed, whether it's, I was part of getting Southwest Airlines on the App Store, right? Marriott. The things, whether it's a big corporate entity or it's an application like this, your users are going to tell you 3 things. First of all, they're going to tell you what you did wrong. Then they're going to tell you what you didn't do. And then they may, if they feel really, really inspired about it, they may tell you that you kind of did this okay, right? And you don't want to waste a lot of capital and calories answering every question because you're not going to get it right. And so we focused in on the minimum viable product, and that is creating a mechanism to allow you to connect with others that can fill a gap or provide a service or a resource to you. So things like making it more user-friendly for adding, users. Those are definitely things that we've heard from the initial base. So guys, our ask to you is as you're using it, raise your hand, scream loud, make a sign, put a billboard up, because we're listening. Now, Tammy's estimate on 6 months, it's going to be a continual journey. It's like raising a child, right? So if you guys have never built an app before, you constantly have to feed it. Otherwise, it dies off. So we will look at integrating LinkedIn. We'll look at integrating Facebook deeper. We'll look at the analytics, because there's also a massive monetization behind this on the data that we can collect. The demographics that we'll have on this thing in 6 months, I'll be able to go to major enterprises and say, guess what? Our average user is female between the ages of 35 and 44. She's college educated, lives in Philadelphia, and she spends 68% of her money on food and entertainment. That's the kind of data that all of a sudden the app itself, the monetization around the $25, that's nothing. Because now we're selling big buckets of data for millions of dollars for subscriptions to the data we're capturing on the back end.
Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you so much for adding to the presentation. I think that's been really wonderful. I do have one more question. This is our final question, and you kind of chimed in a little bit about raising your hand. I want to know from Tammy, since it is your business, what else can the community do to help you?
Definitely tell your friends. So the thing I want everybody to do today, first of all, the app is only in the App Store right now. So if you have an iPhone, please download the app before you leave and connect with someone. It's referral based. We're not trying to, sell anybody anything. This is all based upon what you need and who you need it from. And we would just want you to tap into your friends first. Your network is your net worth. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We appreciate it.